What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammerdown Motorsports. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I've experienced, and unfortunately, one of my friends experienced yesterday. He's okay, but let's get into it. All right, so let's go way back to this bike here. This is my 2002 Yamaha Midnight Star, and I took a spill on this bike some years ago. So you can see on this side of the tank, we do have a little bit of a road rash right there. It's not crazy bad, but that is still some of the remaining damage from what happened. I've replaced everything else, the levers, the mirror, and then there's a little scratch on the side of this ring here, right like that. So I do have a new ring for it. Just got to put that on, but yeah, a couple little chips on the front fender. Really not a big deal. I was doing about 60 miles an hour and on a freshly paved road. The front tire was a little out of date, and there was a photo radar van. This happened in Canada, and photo radar vans are dangerous. Everybody slams on the brakes when they see them, and I grabbed too much front brake, and it was down so fast I didn't even have a chance to react. I didn't even know what was happening until I saw the bike flying in front of me, and I was sliding down the highway. So yes, you ride motorcycles, things can happen. They are not like a car. You know, you have to have time, you have to learn the control, all that kind of stuff, and that taught me some things. It taught me to favor my rear brake a lot. It taught me to fear that danger just a little bit, but I never stopped riding. That's never something that I was never like, oh, well, now I'm never gonna ride again. That was never gonna happen. So, as you guys have probably saw if you watched my last video, I got a brand new Harley-Davidson Road Glide, because let's go back a little bit further than the Yamaha. My first bike was a 1984 Honda Nighthawk S 750. The thing had been crashed, it was beat. I got it from a pawn shop for 400 bucks. And I rode that bike for over 2 years, no problem at all. Bald tires, old tires, whatever, doing stupid things with it, and never had a problem. I get this Yamaha, which is one of my dream bikes. Like, it was absolutely awesome, and that happened to it. So then I got the Iron. Now, this is my 2020 Harley Iron. Had it for almost a year, did a bunch of stuff to it. Love this bike, been great, never had an issue with it. Been on all the back roads around here and done, you know, a lot of good riding. Over almost 2,000 miles now on it that I've ridden, and really no trouble at all. I buy my brand new 2025 Road Glide, and the first long ride, not the ride that I did on the last video where I just took it around the little bit of the back roads here. I took it on my first real ride, which was, you know, 10, 15 miles, something like that. And I got caught in a trench of a pothole, and yeah, I did that. So coming out of the end of the pothole, very sharp edge, ba-boom, just like that. I wasn't even going fast. I was doing like 40, 45, something like that. But the bike's like 850 pounds. So that much force going on that small of an edge of the wheel, it doesn't leak, it doesn't vibrate, it doesn't do anything. It looks bad because that little lip there is bent out. So that's my mishaps that I've had. I've dropped that Yamaha. I've got the ding in my new wheel, which not my favorite story to tell, but my good buddy Martin has dropped his bike. He did that yesterday. I guess he was riding and then it started raining, and then he caught the line on the side of the road and it just wiped him out. So he doesn't have a way to get his bike back to his house because it's a little bit messed up. So I'm gonna take my trailer, we're gonna drive out there, show you guys the carnage. That's probably him texting me now, but I'll show you guys the carnage of what happened there, and we'll go talk to him a little bit and kind of get his thoughts on it, because honestly, it is a part of motorcycle riding, unfortunately, that sometimes something's gonna happen, and you just hope that it's not that bad, honestly. But we learn from it. We love the sport. We still want to keep on going and riding and all that kind of thing. It's just, you know what? It is a reality, a lot like flying or anything like that. There's a level of danger that we have to respect and accept, that sometimes we have to go through these kinds of things. All right, Raptor to the rescue. Let's go get the trailer. I did convert my landscape trailer into a motorcycle hauler when we went to bike week. So Martin's the guy that messed up his bike, and he was at bike week, and this is his new bike that he just got. So unfortunately, a lot of times your first bike, you get a little cheaper and it's fine and everything is great, and then you get the good one and that's usually when the mishaps happen from my experience. But oh well, we live on to ride another day, and that's what's the most important. Poopy pants, poopy pants. So we got the Harbor Freight little motorcycle front wheel chock contraptions, which worked pretty good. I did have another one in the middle there. I took it out because I needed to use a trailer for other stuff, but it does 2 bikes easy. It does 3 bikes if you needed to, so very handy. Well, no post crash day would be complete without some medication, so I got him that as well, because they sent it to out here, which is about 40 minutes from where he lives. So yeah, that's where the crash happened, not where he lives. So you'd have to drive 40 minutes either way to go get his pain meds, which is not cool. So I was able to pick him up. No big deal. We got that. We're sorted out. We'll get him fixed up. And now we're going to get the bike. So on we go. All right. So it's like we got a little ding in the tank here. Looks like a little bit on the crash bar. Crash bars actually did a good job with this one. It's actually not that bad. Got a little bit on the master cylinder up here. I actually have one of these covers. And just a little bit of rash. All right, so we got her loaded up. Got some rash here. Set of bars, probably. You need some grips. I mean, all in all, it doesn't look horrible. Could be a whole lot worse, so. Get her sorted out, see what the insurance company says. Hello. Special delivery.
Perfect.
How you feeling?
Could be better. I forgot to put my sling on.
Just got to open the door and stick a camera in your face, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Get the real raw reaction. Yeah.
There's only one reaction.
Good thing
you
I
gotta
wasn't
get
naked.
Is that how you normally answer the door? So, what do you think, Martin? Think she'll live?
I think so. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's like turn signal, mirror, could probably be bent back. The
Master cylinder
master
cover.
cylinder. Well, it's just a cover. So.
Yeah, I actually have one of those at home too.
Oh.
Mine was scratched, so I bought a new one when I bought my
go.
bike. Crash bar probably needs to be replaced.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's got a chunk out of it. But
yeah, I mean.
Crash bar, you got a little bit on the exhaust.
Where's it at?
Right on the.
Ah, shoot.
Right here. Right on the edge.
That's
mostly just kind of.
Oh.
I don't even think that that's just coming off.
Yeah,
might
it's
be able
on
to polish
on
it
the
out.
shock too.
A little bit on the shock.
We got the nice seat is fine. Good.
Yeah.
Turn signal.
Turn signals a little bit time to go.
I think that's a stock one though.
But this side's pretty good. I mean.
Yeah, rear fender's dented somehow. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how
flexed under the pressure.
How this got. It's like it's not beat up or anything like that. You got a little crack right there in the paint, but they could probably straighten that out maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Everything on this side's fine.
Guess we'll have to see what everybody says about it and go from there.
Yeah.
Still got the temp tag on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. 1 month in.
And
not even one full month.
This is bike number 3 too, so it's not like you didn't have experience.
Yeah.
But
I try to avoid the wet and
yeah,
got stuck in it.
The rain.
And
Chance of rain is, yeah, the tires are good. It's a 2022, so nothing's really that old on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are the types of things that happen, and like I said, as long as you can walk away from it, you can always get another bike or fix this one or whatever. So
yeah, this pain should go away in a couple weeks, and then I can fix it and ride it, hopefully.
Yep. Yeah, oh, well, we'll unload it. There we go.
Nice and easy, yeah. I'll have to move some stuff.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Alright.
Whoa, bug sack.
There she be. So Martin, you done riding motorcycles?
I don't know. Probably not, but
Yeah.
gotta wait a bit.
It's one of those things. I mean, I told Martin before we ever started riding that I did not encourage this because I wanted to wipe my hands of anything that might happen, but Martin, being the daredevil that he is, decided that risk was definitely worth the reward, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. I enjoy riding, but I accept the risks as well. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? If you crashed, would you continue riding, or would you keep on going with a repaired bike or maybe a new bike, or who knows?
We'll see what happens, but...
Your mom says no. Your mom said no.
Yeah, my mom said no, but, you know, I'll see what happens. Like, you know, I'm gonna give it a couple weeks and see how I feel before I make it.
And your mom can watch this and know that I said I don't encourage future riding.
I'll send this to her.
Yeah, but you gotta live your life. Not everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
That's true.
That's what we keep telling ourselves, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
These are so fun. It just sucks that, you know, you can get in hairy situations too.
Yeah, things can happen. I mean, things can happen in cars too. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
bikes just add another layer of risk, but it is fun. It is definitely a good time, and yeah. Unfortunately, this is the dark side of motorcycles at times, but
Yep.
could always be worse, right?
Yeah. I'm like functional at least. I'm not like laid up in a hospital, so
Yeah.
I'm just in a lot of pain.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
At least you're able to hobble away.
Yeah, my legs work still.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what's important.
very important. All right, so we got Martin all sorted out. I think it's probably sounded worse than it was, and I guess, like I said, we'll see what the insurance says about the bike, but he'll live, and just gonna take a little bit to get back into riding condition. But all that being said, drop in the comments, drop your stories of similar things if you've had that happen to you. If not, well, consider yourself lucky, because it's just kind of one of the things that happens with bikes from time to time. But as we said, it's one of the risks that everybody kind of knows about, but you never really want to deal with. But when it happens, that's what we're here to talk about today. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep that hammer down.